Hey, welcome back to my channel, Just Doing Great Things. Today we got something fun and fairly easy, pretzel dogs. That's what we're serving up today, pretzel dogs. When we used to go to Silver Dollar City, I look forward to stopping at the little stand that has pretzel dogs, but I guess they got short-handed and it wasn't open sometimes, or there was a line that was 20-30 people deep in it. And so therefore, I didn't get my pretzel dog. So I went to the internet, looked around, tried to find recipes for pretzel dogs. I'd find recipes for pretzels, and so that's what I used and put together a pretzel dog recipe, and that's what I used for this cook. I hope you enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. They're really tasty. I really wanted to make a cheese sauce to go with it, but didn't. I'm running short on time. So here it is, pretzel dogs. I hope you enjoy. And if you would, like, subscribe. And thank you for tuning in to Just Doing Great Things. All right, what you're going to need for this recipe is 3/4 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon kosher salt, 1½ teaspoons active dry yeast, 2 1/4 cups flour, 1 tablespoon of butter that is melted, vegetable oil for the pan, 10 cups of water, 2/3 cup baking soda, 1 large egg yolk beaten with 1 tablespoon of water, pretzel salt, and 8 hot dogs. And in this case, I use 6 all-beef hot dogs that were enormous that I got from Sam's. All right, in stand-up mixer, I'm going to add the water, the sugar, the salt, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and get a whisk and stir that up a little bit. And then I will pour the yeast on top and let it just sit on top. And we'll wait till that foams. All right, next we're going to add in the butter. And at that point, we'll start adding in the flour. I gave it a little stir before I added the first flour. I felt pretty comfortable with putting the whole entire first cup in there. And I'm going to mix that up. I'm occasionally going to stop and push it down with the spatula and, you know, keep it off of the outside rim of the bowl. But we'll keep stirring on, you know, try to get it up to about a medium speed after it gets worked in a little bit. And when I felt like it was mixed in well enough, I started to add the second cup of flour. Doing the same thing when it needs to be pushed down from the sides. I'll do that with the spatula. Well, we're going to try to get that to where that dough is pulling away from the side of the bowl. Then we're going to drop it, push it off the hook. At this point in time, I should unplug this mixer. I'm done mixing. There's no point in me putting my hands in there with it plugged in, but I didn't, and I should have. I'm going to take a well-oiled little bucket, and I'm going to take the dough, put it in that bucket, put the lid on it, and I'm going to put it on top of the oven, which the oven is warm from me using the oven for a while, so I'm going to put it on top of the stove. It's going to be a nice warm climate for it to sit there and rise for 50 minutes. All right, the dough has finished rising. I've put a little bit of flour down on this surface, and I'm going to dump the dough out onto it. I'm going to attempt to kind of mold this, pat it down, and mold it so that I can easily cut it into 6 pieces. That's what I'm working with today, is 6 of these hot dogs. They come in a package of 12, but they are huge, so I am only going to do 6. So I kind of molded that so I could easily cut out 6 pieces. I'll move them off to the side, off the middle, so I can go ahead and roll these out. I've got a small rolling pin that's going to work perfect. I want these pieces to be about the length of the hot dog, and so that's what it is. I'm going to roll these out, try to flatten them out. As soon as I get it to the length I want, then I'm going to start working with the width. And I'm trying to flatten this out. And I need about enough that I can put that hot dog down into it. And then I want to fold the 2 sides together. And I want to pinch them together. Pinch them together. And then I'm going to put them on the baking sheet on the pinch side down. And then I'm going to do that to each one of these until I get them all done. All right, all 6 are made. Now they're ready for a bath. All right, we have made a bath using 10 cups of water and 2/3 cup of baking soda, and we brought it to a boil. It's a rolling boil. We're going to take each one of these and we're going to put it into this bath and for about 30 seconds. I like to hold it down with the slotted spoon just so it stays underneath the water. And after 30 seconds, we will put it back onto the baking sheet and we'll put the next in. We'll do this process until all 6 of the pretzel dogs are done with their bath, so then we can bake. All right, they're done with their bath, and now I'm going to take the egg yolk, or the egg with the water that has been whisked together, and I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to brush each one of these with that mixture. I try to get it on all the parts that aren't facing down on the parchment paper. Coat them pretty good. This is going to make these brown up real nice and pretty. And then we're going to take, I use kosher salt. They say to use pretzel salt. To me, it's good enough. It's what I had. I could have went and found some, I'm sure, but this worked just fine. And I'm just going to put a little bit on there. You don't want to put too much, you get too salty, but get that on there and it's ready for the oven. And we're going to put it in there for 12 to 14 minutes. All right, I've set up my cooling rack. The buzzer's gone off. I'm going to pull these things out and we're going to get them put out on the cooling rack so they can cool down just a smidge. They're looking pretty good. That's exactly what I'm looking for right there. That's a great look. And man, these are going to taste good. Hey, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching Just Doing Great Things. Please try this recipe. It's great.